Really a phenomenal career from Jared Goff. You can see the maturity that has progressed as you took a closer look at his press conference all these years. He started as a true freshman, now leaving after his junior season and heading to play Sunday football. A lot of the experts saying that this is a guy that's going to be potentially the first quarterback taken in the NFL draft. Nigel, you've been seeing this kid. You saw him on the other side of the football field in one of his first games when you were at Portland State. His legacy that he leaves behind at Cal, what is it?
Well, you're dead on right. I mean, the second game of his career, we're playing in Memorial Stadium, and we feel like we're getting after him, and we are actually up. And to watch Jared Goff really slice and dice our team, distribute the football, pinpoint accuracy, Kenny Lawler in the back of the end zone, one-handed catches. I'm still having nightmares of this thing. And to be honest with you, it was watching him mature from that to what we saw in his last game against Air Force, 460 yards, 6 touchdowns. It was a video game, and it was so impressive to watch the way he led his team. And when you think of his legacy, I consider the fact that he was committed to Jeff Tedford. Then they make the transition, grew up a lifelong Bears fan, and they make the transition in coaches. And unlike a lot of recruits who will be like, you know what, I'm out, he decides to stay with his commitment. And not only do they transition in coaching staff, but they transitioned in terms of offense, total philosophy of how the program was run. He stayed true to it. He went through those hard times when you've seen a lot of true freshmen say, you know what, one game, this isn't for me. And I know a couple of guys who were in that program and said, I'm out. And he stuck with it. And now to see him then turn that program around, lead them to a bowl victory. And I said it before, I'm inside Pac-12 football. It reminds me a lot of what happened with Jake Locker at University of Washington. Took a program that had a lot of pride, a lot of tradition, brought it back to respectability. And I think that's exactly what Jared Goff did, Yogi.
You know, I've been around Jared since he was 16 with the Elite 11. I can remember, you know, you create this competitive cauldron, and it's Jared Goff, Christian Hackenberg, Josh Dobbs, Malik Zaire, Tyrone Swoops, and he doesn't flinch. And he's soaking wet 160 pounds, but his arm could speak. The ball would speak. His eyes would speak. His competitive temperament was so obvious. Then you watch him on the drive as a true freshman go through all the ups and downs, and then become the face of the program at functions with the university, with the media, and then they just took the steps in unison, as you referenced, and watched this program grow. Really excited for the legacy that he left. I mean, it's very unique in college football that you get to live out your lifelong dream as a quarterback, and he got to do it.
What's next for Cal? Because Jared Goff, as you mentioned, he's been the face of this program. Who's that next quarterback?
Well, the good thing is they got one of the best quarterback coaches in the country, and Tony Franklin. I mean, he's done an incredible job. When you look at these players, Chase Forrest, this is a young man out of Mater Dei High School in Southern California. Not a very highly recruited young man, but he's got a live arm. When you watched him in spring, in fall, he was actually just as accurate, and at times more accurate than Jared Goff. Now, yes, he hasn't played in real live settings very much, but this is a young man that's going to walk and have the ability to command. Also, what do they do with Luke Rebenza? This is a guy that played as a true freshman at quarterback, and then went to safety. What do they do in the spring with him? There's been talk about playing him on offense as well, especially as a running threat. And then, of course, Ross Bowers, true freshman, redshirted this year out of the Seattle area. Football acumen is through his family. Dad coaching college football. Mom is the head coach of UW and gymnastics. And I love this young man. When he walks into the room, he sets the temperature. He doesn't adjust to everybody else. But bottom line, all three candidates right now for this position, they fall into one of two categories of quarterback. You love what the game does for you, Twitter, Instagram, lots of love, or you love what you do for the game. All three of these young men got to watch Jared Goff for 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. I think they learned great principles from him, and I think this offense, this system, continues with Sonny Dykes, whoever the quarterback is.
And it's tough to recruit a quarterback when you started a guy as a true freshman, because quarterbacks are roster watchers. They look and see who is the starter, what year is he coming back, all those things. And now what Cal coaches are going to be able to do is go into homes of the elite quarterbacks in the country and say, listen, Jared Goff is now declared. He's declared early. Now we're looking for a guy who could come in and compete now for that starting position. So if there's an elite quarterback out there and he's watched all these gaudy numbers that Jared Goff has done, there's going to be some interest from some big-time quarterbacks in the country to still go to Cal and continue to lead that legacy and also compete for that job.
96 career touchdowns for Jared Goff. Not too shabby, and congratulations to him on really a fantastic career. And we've had the pleasure of spending a lot of time with him over the last few seasons, wishing him nothing but the best in the NFL.